wasn't going to do this for another week, but I said, if I get some peppers coming up, I'm definitely going to. So that's a little bit of a clue here. This is just my review of my garden this month. And I'm finally going to be able to show you. Don't make a liar out of me again. Because how the heck? Alright, well I thought for sure I could. Apparently not. But in there is this cute little succulent of a plant. There you can see him. He kind of looks like a little dinosaur, doesn't he? Anyway, that's my aloe vera. And it's coming on much nicer, much stronger. My lighting's bad. Much nicer, much healthier. So it seems to like it in here a lot better. This here, I'm keeping a little more wet. I'm seeing if these have any seeds in them. I'm kind of doubting it. Can you see that well? And it's trying to root. It doesn't always work out, but a lot of it is rooted. This is rooted, and it has well, right here. You see this? Okay, this is going to shoot up, and it's going to try to find the top of the canopy. So it's a little tendril here, and we're going to be interested to see what that does. Hey, here's another one. So we'll be really interested to see what that does. It's a really neat plant. But let's see here. See, it's just taking a long time rooting. But that's okay. Sorry about that. And this is part of this plant right here. And it's doing well. I think it's going to be a big plant. I really, really do. Kind of bushy plant. And this is doing well. And, okay, here we have it. 2. I was happy to have these 2. It made my entire day. I took the day off just to play with my plants and stuff, and I was so happy about that. So, that's the beginning. I guess we'll call them frickin' track. And this is like my beginning area with my smaller plants, my clones, and just starting plants. So, this is another one like this one. It just seems to keep blooming and blooming, but I think it's going to need a bigger pot. And this is my palm. Remember, it's all that's left of it. It got hit by the heater, so it's coming back. But it doesn't require a lot of water. So even though it looks like it needs a lot, it doesn't. You can kill it by doing that. And then this is the mama plant here to this one here that I told you is going to look for the top of the canopy. It's a very interesting plant. But he's doing well. I made sure he got some extra nutrition. They all get nectar of the gods one shot and nectar of the gods juice to feed the microbes in the soil. And then Stella, she was doing fine. But I started noticing a lot of, I cut some of it off, burns and stuff here. And everywhere it was, well, I had onions in the soil. So I'm trying to pretty much wash out the soil, and I moved all of my onions. I took them all out from all of my plants because they have something that just isn't, it just doesn't do well with the plants. This plant has picked up since I took the onions out of it. And then Herbert is so happy. He is so very happy. So he really likes his new container. He doesn't require as much water. And I think he's put on growth. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, my house is a mess, so well. So this is the front part. And I haven't got the spring part done yet. But what I wanted to show you real quickly is this light here. Can you see it? What is it called? Anyways, it's rated at 500 watts, okay? And the glory thing of this little thing here is you put it in the soil, right? Can you see that? Can you? Okay, we have it set for light. And we want to see where it goes when this comes on. Whoa. Oh, well, Nelly. Okay. It tops out at 500 normally. But I can't see a thing. But normally it will. So if I put it over here, which I don't want to stick it in the soil. Remember I talked to you about that? It should come out at 500. Or thereabout. So I'm trying to get it to where it's set right. But right now it's very happy at where it's at. There you have it. Yeah, I live in that kind of light all the time. Now we'll go over to the next part of my garden. And this is my summer area. And I wanted to see if I can get you in here. It is a battle. But, and where's that little? Here's where I put in the English ivy. Remember? And then the parsley, which is coming back, and the mint. And the one thing I noticed about this, it made things easier, is when I use this, it goes with the cloning thing, I just fill this up with a little bit of peroxide water, and I would squirt it in, because it kept any fungus from happening while they were establishing. I think it's going to do well, actually. And the canna is doing much better than it ever has, actually. And I learned a little bit more about the monstera. It's going through a little bit of a transition period because I moved it just this far. I moved it over here. It needs a moss pole, and I'm learning how to make those. But all of those roots, they need to be in a pole or something because it's an actual vine. I've been watching this guy. I don't know a whole lot about all of this yet. Oh my gosh, but are there so many beautiful different species of monstera and philodendron and things I cannot even begin to pronounce, but big leaf stuff like this. And anyway, I'm going to learn more. No, I can't afford, and I wouldn't buy thousands of dollars of the plants. But you never know when you can come across the baby somewhere or trade with someone at some point. But if you can see here, it's getting this little leaf over here in this area. However, I moved it a couple of feet. Not even a couple feet. But it did this, just being moved. So I don't know. We'll see. He'll be okay though. He'll recover. But all of these, you know, I don't know how to wrap them into the vine yet, the vining pole, but I'll figure it out. But I thought that was interesting. And it hasn't gotten holes in it so much yet, just this one here. But we'll see. It hasn't had a chance yet. And Kermit, well, look at here. He is coming back to life. So he went through his dormancy period. This is my, it's my carnivorous plant. It eats flies. I forgot what this is called. This is strange. His name is Kermit though, and he eats all of the, well, when I had all those thrips, oh, he had a mouthful all of the time. So he seems to be pretty happy down here, and he went through his winter just fine. Now I pulled this one down, and this is my canna. I've been taking all of the onion out because I think the onion's a problem. They should be by themselves. So this didn't come up very much last year, but it's a bulb, and we're hoping that it will now that it's under the lights now. It went through a hibernation period. Well, I have an area in my house where I put stuff like that. I'll show you the cyclamen here in a minute, but it doesn't get very much light, and it's pretty dark, but I made sure there wasn't any fungus. Sorry about the fan. For some reason it won't shut off. And here, oh yes, let's give him a better view. There is not much light over here when the plant lights are off, but that's Mark. I brought him down here so he could really show. And all of this, I swear to you, I think it's from the onion that was in here. I took it out and transplanted it. I'll show you. But I really love Mark. I mean, yeah, I mean the flower. I do, very much so. Beautiful, beautiful flower. Anyway, that's here. And then up here, where I put the box in the way, I know that's so tacky. It really is, but I don't really care. I take function over anything right now, because it's taking me so long to get this far. And here, this is my bromeliad, and it's still turning orange. So we don't see any pups on here. But I've just been, you know, you feed them from up here, water. I don't give it any, I give it a little bit of one shot, just a little bit, but not much. But you feed it, so I water it to the top here. And is this my Christmas cactus or Thanksgiving? I think this is my Thanksgiving cactus, and it's doing well. And here are my cyclamen. Remember they were damaged in the mail last year? Well, I took some more of my hydrogen peroxide spray, and I made sure I sprayed them, and they didn't have any fungus on them at all. And I'm just waiting to see. I didn't give them overly wet. I'm waiting to see if they're going to come back. I'm really hoping that they do. They were so pretty, but we'll see. And that's about all I have on this side, because I've been moving stuff around, and you know, that vent is a real problem here, but I'm hoping it's not going to be a problem for the canna, and the canna will shelter everything just a little bit, but we'll see. But I'm really happy, and I have room. Yes, I do. And I haven't put up my other light yet, but I have room for other stuff now. Well, I didn't do a video on this actually, because it was just simply transplanting my chives in here. I don't know if I'm creating a problem, if it's in the onion family or not, but anyway, I just put them in here because the middle is always kind of bare. And look, well, it just had a big feeding too, with the CalMag and the I put some more one shot in here, and a little bit of zues juice for feeding the microbes. But it has some nice blooms on it. I think so. I'm waiting for that fruit. Well, I just think it's doing rather well. I'm going to cut it back a little bit and clone it out for well, whoever's in the area. I think I've already offered it to a few people, but see, this here, this is a clone right here, so I can just take that right off there and put it in some water. You can do that as well, and now you have a new plant growing. It depends, any kind of sap sucker that you see like that. This one here can be a whole new plant if I wanted it to be, but I don't need any more. And then over here we have our little baby onions coming up, and I am so excited about this. And yes, I'll have to move a lot of them. And my peppers will I don't know how these two are going to mix together, but these are my little onions there. And I think those might be my bunch onions. I'm not sure, but it's very exciting to me. I'm very, very happy about this. And here is the onion that was in Mark's pot. So I tried to get the best under the roots as I could to bring it in here, but I wasn't so worried about it as I was Mark. So this is the onion pot that I just planted. So hopefully we can get more in here. Now this one here, yeah, I put them all in one. I thought that would be easier because they seem to carry some kind of fungus. See? When they start to grow, they start to fungus out. Maybe because they're, you know, pieces of scrap. But I just wanted to get them away from all the other ones. And this one's doing rather well too. See, it's very green, and it's not getting much of a bulb on it. But remember I said these ones here may not, because I'm just regrowing them from store-bought. So they may not get much of a bulb, but we'll see. And this is my first red one I'm going to try. And I cut this back myself a little bit, and I'm going to have to cut it back some more, and it does regrow. So I'm really happy about this, and this has excellent, excellent flavor. And believe it or not, that's the end of my update. I wish I had more. Believe me, I wish I had more. But I'm happy. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I'm learning more about all of these plants more and more. And hopefully by the time I come back, I'll have, well, more onions and stuff to show you. So you have yourselves a lovely day, and I will as well. And I'll speak to you later. Bye!